Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sherry Placco, and I am joined here tonight by Stacy Cook. And we are going to talk a little bit about why am I always hungry, tired, and craving sugar. So, from this point on, I'm just going to show you the slide deck, but feel free to ask questions in the chat, and we will work on answering them as we go through. So, I want to start with a question. How many of you have ever felt like you're just trying to make healthy choices? Maybe you're eating better, you're drinking more water, you're moving your body, but you're still dealing with cravings, afternoon energy crashes, or stubborn weight that just doesn't seem to budge. Maybe you've even wondered, like, what's wrong with me? If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know something right away. You're not broken. And tonight isn't about another list of rules or diets. It's about understanding what your body may actually be trying to tell you. So that's what we're going to be chatting about. So tonight we're going to talk about why our metabolism changes, how our body communicates through our hormones and blood sugar, and why cravings aren't always about willpower. And then we're going to talk about simple ways to just support your body naturally. Our hope is that when you leave this tonight, that you will be feeling encouraged instead of overwhelmed. Because when we understand our bodies, we can finally stop fighting them. So let's see if any of these things sound familiar. You're constantly thinking about food. You crave something sweet every afternoon. You feel hungry an hour after eating. You have amazing intentions in the morning, but by evening, you're standing in front of the pantry going, what happened to me today? Or maybe you notice that what worked in your 20s or your 30s just doesn't work anymore. Most of us respond by just trying harder. Oh, we're going to skip meals. We're going to reduce our caloric intake. We eat less. We exercise more. And then we wonder why we're exhausted and frustrated. The truth is, our bodies don't respond well to punishment. They respond to support. Now, most people think that metabolism is simply about how when we eat and then how many calories that we burn to help get rid of our food, right? But metabolism is really about communication. Your body is constantly sending messages. It sends the messages of, I'm hungry, I'm full, I need energy, I'm storing energy, I'm stressed. And when those signals are working well, eating feels natural and balanced. But when stress, poor sleep, inflammation, or blood sugar swings interfere with those messages, those signals get noisy. That's when our cravings get louder, those energy crashes happen, and healthy choices suddenly feel so much harder. So, what do we do about this? Well, our body runs on signals, and I want you to hear this. Your body is incredibly intelligent. It's not trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you. It knows when you've eaten, it knows when you've slept well, it knows when you're stressed, it knows when you need fuel. The problem isn't that your body forgot what to do. The problem is that modern life creates so much noise that those signals become difficult to hear. And especially so for women that are navigating hormonal changes, that noise becomes even louder. So, real talk here, you're not broken. Your body is giving you feedback. And most of the time, that feedback has more to do with signaling than willpower. Because metabolism isn't just about food or willpower. It's about three things. It's about your gut communication. It's about how our energy is stored and used. And it's about our blood sugar balance. So we will talk tonight about a system that supports that whole conversation. Now, we all have heard about GLP-1, right? That's what everybody talks about. Now, these are medications. They are prescribed by healthcare professionals. They're used for specific medical conditions, and they work by mimicking that GLP-1 signal. For some people, they can be helpful, but they are not a first step for everyone, and they don't address the full picture of gut health, blood sugar stability, or daily metabolic support. And here's the thing that's important to know. GLP-1 isn't something that only comes from a prescription. It's actually a hormone that your body naturally produces. Yes, you heard me right. Your body makes it. I like to think of it as a conversation between your gut and your brain. It's that signal that your body says, you've had enough. You're satisfied. Your blood sugar is stable. And when that communication is working well, that food noise feels calm. But when the signal weakens, food noise gets louder. You start thinking about your next snack, even though you just finished eating. You open that refrigerator without being hungry, and you never quite feel satisfied. But it's not always about willpower. Sometimes it's just about the communication. So, what is your metabolism? I like to simplify it into three things. I'm a teacher, so we're going to talk about the ABCs. A, appetite. Can your body recognize hunger and fullness so you feel satisfied instead of constantly thinking about food? B, body balance. Is your body using energy efficiently instead of just storing it all? And C is control. Can you make it through the afternoon without the highs and then those crashes that send you searching for sugar? When those three areas are working together, everything starts to feel calmer. Healthy choices become easier because your body is finally working with you. That's the important part. So, how do we support these signals? That's the big question, right? How do we support the signals instead of fighting against them? One approach is to nourish the systems that are already built into our bodies. And that is where this balance and burn comes in. What really stands out to me about this is that it is a root cause approach to metabolic support. So, like those GLP-1 shots and medications that people talk about, they're only working on one piece of the puzzle. But this focuses on all three major metabolic pathways. It's going to help support your gut, where that appetite signaling and metabolic communication begin. It's going to work on your adipose, which is that fat tissue. It's about how our body stores and mobilizes the energy. And it's about glucose metabolism. It's going to help support healthy blood sugar levels that are already in the normal range. This is not a medication. It does not replace medical care, though, but it focuses on supporting the body's natural GLP-1 production. And that's what we want. We want to remind our body, this is what you're supposed to do. And it provides daily foundational support for your gut, for blood sugar, and energy balance. Now, this is about helping your body regain that natural rhythm and communication, not override it, which is what the medication forms do. It's kind of just coming in and saying like, oh, your body's not doing this. Let me give you some artificial form of this. But once that medication stops, your body hasn't learned anything. It goes back to what it was before. This is going to repair you. It's going to help your body be like, oh yeah, this is what I was supposed to be doing. Let me get doing this again. And that's what makes this so amazing. So this plant-powered system was designed to support those healthy appetite signaling, balanced blood sugar, metabolic activity, and steady energy throughout the day. So rather than forcing the body into something, it's going to help work alongside it and support what your body's already trying to do. So this is a really great three-part plant-powered system designed to support those ABCs I just talked about. So the first part is about balance and care. It supports your gut health where that GLP-1 hormone is naturally produced. So it's going to help support natural production of that again. It's going to tell your body, wake up, we need this. It's going to use prebiotics and postbiotics to support that healthy signaling. And it helps those fullness cues feel clearer and more reliable. And then it's got the burn portion. It's going to help support fat utilization for energy. It's going to help reduce reliance on sugar for quick fuel. That's a huge one for me. And it encourages steadier energy between your meals. You're not going to get those ups and downs. And then finally, the control. It's going to help support healthy blood sugar balance because it's promoting a insulin sensitivity. It helps smooth those spikes and crashes that drive our cravings. And it's very supportive during stress or hormonal shifts. What's great is that this system isn't about pushing harder. It's about supporting your body in a smarter way. That was a lot, right? So let's talk about how do we just like keep it simple? Sorry, there we go. So one of the things that I appreciate most is that wellness doesn't have to be complicated. I feel like we always tend to overcomplicate everything. We're not counting. We're not counting points or calories. We're not doing meal replacements. There's no perfect schedule. It's something simple and daily that can fit into your daily life because the best plan is the one that you can actually stick with. So in this system in the morning, you use a balance and care. It's like a pixie stick with a powder. You just drop it into your mouth. And then sometime between your breakfast and lunch, you will take a pouch of 3 capsules. That's it. That's it. And now I'm going to turn this over to Stacy, and she's going to talk about, okay, you just told me a lot of information, but how am I actually going to make this work? So I am going to pass this over to her and let her say hello to you.
Thank you, Sherry. That was fantastic. That was such great information. And Sherry gave us some really good background on the balance and burn system. And I've been using it for like 4 or 5 months now and absolutely love it. And it is as simple as she said. It's just that stick packet and those packet of capsules. Super simple. But I want to talk to you a little bit about habits for success. So I want to emphasize something important. There isn't just one magic product, right? The biggest changes come when you stack small daily habits along with your supplementation. So those habits they're like the bricks of your foundation, right? And then they provide the structure. And then your balance and burn acts to fill in all the little gaps that are created by everyday life. And the habits, they're really easy once you get them established. These are not big changes. They're things you do already, but you're just going to want to be a little bit intentional about how you do them. You already decide what to eat every day. Just make sure those decisions include quality protein at every meal. Your absolute minimum is 30 grams of protein per meal. Simple. You already drink water every day, even if it's only in the form of coffee. So just make sure you're drinking about half your body weight in ounces of water. So, for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, you drink 75 ounces of water per day. Simple. Movement after meals has a huge impact on how our bodies process that food. If you remember, Sherry was talking about how your metabolism is really a communication system. And so you want to communicate to your body after you eat to use that fuel. And just moving a little bit, like a walk around the block, 20 air squats, just moving using some major muscle groups gives your body those signals like, hey, use that fuel, do something with it. Don't just go store it in my butt. So a little bit of movement will go a long way. Stress can have a huge impact on our health overall. So do your best to curb the stressors in your life. So much easier said than done, I know. But use techniques to calm yourself when you need to. Essential oils in a diffuser, that's going to be one of my favorites and a go-to, very easy. Or even prayer, meditation, just dedicated time to let your brain quiet down is really important. And getting quality sleep is a non-negotiable. Nothing positive is happening to your body if you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Sleep is required for both your brain and your body to repair and restore from the day. So Do what you have to do to make that happen. Sacrifices will be made, but that's okay. Um, so, are you going to do all these things perfectly every day? No, probably not. And that's okay. But if you know what levers you have that can make a difference, then you're in control of deciding which ones to pull and which ones you can focus on in any given day. Those small habits repeated every day will create incredible results over time. Now, can I challenge something we've all been taught? Somewhere along the way, we started believing that success equals one thing, the number on the scale, right? I know I am guilty of that. We step on it and it can make or break your day. Like if it doesn't move, maybe that's good. If it does move, oh my goodness. Or if it moves the wrong way, tragedy. Um, but the truth is that our bodies, they don't heal in a straight line. So often the first changes happen in places we can't measure with a number. There are things you might experience before you see the scale move, like you're suddenly making it through the afternoon without needing a nap or a gallon of coffee. Maybe you realize you didn't crave an afternoon or pre dinner snack or some sweet treat. Maybe you realize your shifting hormones you've been experiencing in this season of life have quieted down and chilled out. You might start sleeping better and not needing to wake up to use the bathroom multiple times per night. Or maybe your genes fit differently, they fit better. Our body composition can change dramatically without the scale changing at all. Those are all victories. In fact, I would argue they're some of the most important victories. When we support healthy metabolism and the body's natural appetite and blood sugar signals, we're not just chasing weight loss. We are creating a body that feels balanced and steady and that trusts its hunger and fullness cues. And that's true metabolic health. That is resilient metabolic health. So on this journey, instead of, asking yourself and making it all about how much weight have I lost, try asking yourself, do I have more energy? Am I thinking about food less? Am I sleeping better? Do I feel like myself more? Because those are the changes that are going to create lasting wellness. But of course, we are always happy when the scale does move, right? Let's not lie to ourselves. Now, when I first started using this product along with some other early adopters, my favorite part was hearing the surprise and absolute delight in the testimonials being shared. People having real shifts in their health and weight. I'm going to share a couple that really stood out to me. So, the first one, in the last 30 days, since beginning Balance and Burn, the scale moved a little, about 4 pounds. But the measurements told a much bigger story. I lost more than 8.5 inches across my body, including 2 inches around my belly. That tells me I am less inflamed and my body is regulating better, not just dropping water or reacting to a shock. I'm noticeably thirstier, which means I'm drinking more water. I am not snacking the way I used to. My energy is steady. My hunger feels normal instead of loud. I feel like my body is working with me instead of me constantly trying to outsmart it. That really resonates with me. Another one, I've been using Balance and Burn for 4 weeks now, and here is what I'm noticing. My brain has finally shut its big, ugly mouth, meaning it's not telling me to eat all the time. Sugar cravings are almost non existent. Focused energy is so nice. I'm full and not hungry all the time. Down only 3 pounds, but also have lost 6 3/4 inches all around. I have heard story after story just like this. So many non scale wins combined with actual and sustainable weight loss. Now, if the things we talked about tonight resonated with you, just do me a favor and don't feel like you need to change everything tomorrow, because that is a path to destruction. It doesn't work that way, right? We're going to start with one small step. Drink more water. Eat protein at breakfast. And just so you know, 2 eggs is not enough protein at breakfast. That is only 12 grams of protein. And remember, you need 30 grams of protein at least. So this is an important one. Take a walk after dinner. And use a simple support system that helps your body work with you instead of against you, because consistency will always beat perfection. So that support system is your Balance and Burn. And it is very simple to order. If you Whoever invited you to watch this, you go ahead and get back with them. They have a link for you. They have a 10% off code for you. Get those things. You'll place your order. When you order, you have an option to do what is called a loyalty rewards order. Now, I highly recommend this. It's the only way I ever order because it gives you always the best pricing. It will give you a free gift with your purchase, usually a great bottle of essential oil. And it will also set you up to get a free diffuser the second time you order. So that's my recommendation on that. And also, whoever invited you to watch this, they have some resources that they can connect you with. Like there's a great getting started guide that's got some trackers to help keep you accountable and make sure that you're on track. And there's a great community where you can ask questions and just be supported if you need a little bit of extra help on your way. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Maybe your body isn't lacking willpower. Maybe it's just been asking for support all along. When we stop fighting our bodies and start understanding the signals they're sending and why those signals might have been broken along the way, cravings will become quieter. Energy is steadier and healthy choices just become easier. So thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. I hope you leave feeling encouraged and empowered and reminded that your body is always communicating and it's never too late to start listening. I can't hear you.